Good afternoon and welcome to the How to Build a Abstract Class in Python tutorial from Godbrain Games. My name is Wale, and the reason we build abstract classes is to make the methods, um, this method framework really, because every child class after is going to have to either pass each method in the abstract class or override and actually use it. So you're going to have to, either way, it's just like a foolproof system or as close to it to making sure that all the methods, all the intended methods get used. So for this example, we're building a soccer player and all their attributes for like a video game. So you can imagine if you gave out like the request for all your developers to build all the players in a soccer league or like football league, if they all brought back different attributes instead of the ones you decided, that would be a nightmare to try and build game logic after that. But if you gave them all the attributes and methods that you're going to use, it'll be a much simpler task of tweaking your game design after. So that's what we're going to do. So here's our not final result, but here's our current result. We entered in, the way we're going to do it, we're going to build the abstract class first, and then it's child class. But yeah, the final result or the current result that we have now is new player name. I could show you where it's at. All right, so in our data entry, all we entered so far is new player name, new second attribute, and new third attribute, which ended up being speed and shooting. All right. So in our abstract class, first, and I guess most important, is the imports. Only one, and it's from lowercase abc import uppercase abc comma abstract method. Oh, by the way, you can this script is up on my GitHub. This Godbrain Games Python. You can read the rest. Tutorial class abstraction striker if you want to follow along. So yeah, it's there. So the imports, the ABC stands for abstract base class. I thought it was just ABC until I had to look it up with the tutorial. Like, that seems pretty random. So it actually does stand for abstract base class. And you put that in parentheses for your abstract class. Your initializer, which is pretty cool. You can override your initializer for your child classes. So initially this takes two parameters, but in our child class from it, we have three parameters, as you saw, the name and the speed and I think shooting attribute. So that's pretty cool. All right, so definition and initial, I think it's it's two underscores before and after the init. And then I just passed it because we're not doing anything with it. And then for in the abstract methods, it's just @ abstract method on top of the method that you want to make abstract. It's a big problem if you don't. And then, the definition, this is pretty standard. Just create the method. The only thing different about an abstract method from just normal methods in classes is just this abstract method on top of it. So we pass all of these just because once we use them, or the child class is going to override them anyways. And I haven't seen any formulas even get carried over into the child classes. So the only real major benefit, I guess, is just you have your method framework. Because the formula, like I said, the formula won't carry over. So if you can give someone the entire script, what I'm gonna try and do is make at least put some notes in the base class, so you know, like something other than you have to use this method and that method. I'd rather leave them some info. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing before we go on to the child class. Nope. Shooting, attribute, defense, speed. We're going to fill all these attributes in and then post them so you can see that you have to use them all, I guess. All right. So that's the end of our abstract class. You don't have to do anything to especially denote it, which kind of, I don't know. I miss the close parentheses or close anything, so I know when it is, but if not, I just commented when the class ends because I I didn't want to play that game all day. You feel me? So that's the end of the abstract class. Child class, which is our speedy striker. So since you're going to enter in players to this, you could leave. Well, I left what the average is in the base class, so you could go from there. But even further, you could help developers by saying, I don't know, 9. I guess you could tell them that the max attribute is like 100 or a 99 or whatever it is to help them out to know what the top is. But let's see where we are. So we have player name, all that. Let's give them a jersey. Let's see if there's anything in speedy class already. The speedy strikers. Well, it has to have the method, so that's comforting. I just want to know what we're, so as long as all we have to do is just, it was just print it out. Because we see all the methods we have here, not all of them are being used, or even if they are being used, you won't know unless, if it's just a pass, pass is just an acceptable way to pretty much just currently pass on on using that method without getting an error. And you can leave comments under a pass, but you can't just leave comments in a method and think that counts as using the method. I tried that, I got an error. So be careful of that. All right. Current overall. Boom. And you see current overall prints now, as well as the other stuff. It was just on pass, so there was nothing for it to print. All right. Defense should show up now, unless I'm not printing it. I'm not printing it. And I guess for data adds, it's just whatever you want to name the data add and where it's going, the class, and then parameters. So I guess to make it, I said real player, but it could be, real player is good enough, but I don't know. You could do John Smith or better, whatever. Yeah. I was going to try and leave it on Real Player for all the ads, but I can see that being a problem in my head right now. So I'm not even going to try. All right. So now it's, uh-oh. Oh, Real Player is not defined. Okay, so yeah, once I change it to John Smith, all of these were just, they didn't have any parameters to pass in, so they were all error causing. Forgive me for going back to my notes. I don't want to forget anything in the tutorial. There we go. So no more error after that. And let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah. Nothing really. Just build it. Like you'll be much more comfortable with it after building with the abstract class. So I guess I could show you an error. Well, I could show you an error as well. So jersey info, like John Smith. If I were to comment both of these out, we'll comment that entire method out from our child class. Let's see what happens. Can't instantiate abstract class speed strikers with the abstract method info jersey. So you can't. Yeah, the framework is it's like foolproofs your system. This is passed. Let me see something that's empty up top too. And this is what I was talking about with the commas under. All right, so passing is empty up top. So I don't think it's on pass in the abstract class as well. So I know it's not getting used. Boom. Can't instantiate again. Yeah, because passing is commented out. So boom. I guess, so if you were going to use this as like a base class for like a speedy striker, even though it's an abstract, even though it's a child of an abstract class, you probably still want passing. But I have these all as whatever. I don't really like using the same exact name as the method, so I'll do passing attribute equals. I guess if you're a striker, your passing is probably at 80, though average is 75, so I'd be better off leaving that, because I assume if you have to build the entire Manchester United, you don't want to, you'll know a baseline of passing, I guess, but it's different for each player. So passing attribute, let's print that as it goes. And at the end of this, I'm gonna tally up all the attributes and divide it by 5 or whatever number we actually have, and that'll be the rating of a player. So I don't know if that's how any of the soccer games do it, but what else? And I'd be a fool not to say get ready for God Brand Soccer eventually, right? So that'll happen. Nope, I didn't print it out. But you see, it didn't cause an error or anything. It really doesn't care about what it doesn't have to print out all the data all the time, which it has to be a huge benefit considering what type of customer info or whatever info you're going to be getting on a regular basis. Like, boom. Passing attribute is now 80. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm trying to think of big thing is I already told you that most anything inside the methods just get overwritten. So putting anything special in there isn't gonna help. Like I did change the name to John Smith. I was about to say we have all this stuff in our info jersey in the abstract method. But in the actual abstract method, the actual child class of it, it's just one line. It doesn't. All right. What else we got? Passing's done. Shooting's done. Speed's done. Defense. And leave questions in the comments. If you have them, I'll always answer them if I see them. So, whatever. I'm assuming he's bad at defense if he's playing striker, but what else? Am I not printing it? I am not. Definitely suggest saving your script as you do it in GitHub or wherever you save it, just because, man, you don't. I don't know. I guess it's different for each script you're building, but like when you're testing out the limits of an abstract class, you would want to have different versions. That helped a lot for me. I guess I can make all these print statements uniform, right? They should all be uniform now. Defense, passing, speed's done. Okay. So this is pretty much the end of it. It's interesting to see how it takes all the values from different methods, but it shouldn't. Class should be I'm hoping class is the container that it bases it on, but let's find out. First, let's just see if player overall prints period.